Welcome back to Community Real Estate Talk Show. I'm your host, Tyler Freed. You're listening to Tacoma's Conversation Station, Clay 1180 AM. Really excited for our next guest. Randy Reeves works at the Kirkland Yarrow Bay Windermere office, and he's really involved with Windermere Builder Solutions, and we're going to learn a little bit about what that entails. And he's just got so much experience with land development, and excited to hear what he's got to share. So we'll patch him through right now. Hey, Randy, you there?
Hey, Tyler. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for calling in. I really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
How's the weekend going so far?
Oh, it's wonderful. Look at the weather outside.
Yeah, we can't complain. So
Yeah.
I wanted to see if you could just give us some background. I know you've been in the business for a while. Just kind of give us a little bit of your background.
Yeah, well, I started in real estate in the really the late Cretaceous period in 1983, right out of college. I was an English major at the University of Washington and planned to go to law school, and sold some homes during the summer and before law school to make some extra money. And 31 years later, I'm still setting up A-boards. So it's been a magical journey. I've specialized in new home sales and marketing for all of those 31 years, and it's been a wonderful specialty, I believe.
What have you seen in the last, the change from when you first started doing the new home sales to now? What's the big difference maker, you think?
Well, a lot of it's ultimately the professionalism that's come to into the industry. We, when I started, there wasn't really any training, mentorship. In fact, the owner of our company said, "There's your desk, there's your phone. Go get 'em, kid." And there were a lot of old, really old timers that you learn from in those days. Of course, now we're, and especially with Windermere Builder Solutions, we're embarking on really ultimately a new platform of based on proprietary education and mentorship. So that's going to make a big difference. Especially for brokers that are just starting out.
Can you give us some background information on Windermere Builder Solutions?
Yeah, it's a new program that we started last year, and it's really exciting. It's just really exciting. Ultimately it starts with our core values at Windermere. Collaboration, relationships, community, professionalism, and of course you're a Windermere agent, so you know that that culture of the Windermere way. Associating with great people, give them a great place to work, give them the best tools, and then really get out of their way. And so that's kind of the core. And we started with the why, and then we're working on the the how and the what. So I think starting with that question of why we're doing it is critical. We have to build strong relationships with each other and learn from our collective experience. I found that collaboration is power. Everyone wins, and we have fewer failures and greater success ultimately. So we're really putting together a strong group. Of course, Windermere has a very deep bench. Some of the best brokers in the new home marketing space, and also some of the best land brokers. So it's just it's an extraordinary opportunity. We've got 11 brokers on the steering committee, and then over 300 brokers have come to our breakfast and networking events, with 29 full-time brokers that have signed up for the program. So it's just it's growing every week, and it's just been very exciting to be associated with.
That breakfast that we all had at the Seattle Yacht Club last week, it was interesting to get around there and just see the energy and excitement. And there's just some people that are really doing it right. There's a lot of people to learn from there. You guys have really got a good team there started to kind of go the long run with it.
Yeah, and it's really ultimately backed by Windermere ownership and Windermere services.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a powerful platform And of course, one thing that we wanted to make sure people were aware of is Windermere does have the highest market share in really the top 5 markets: King, Kitsap, Pierce, and Snohomish counties. So we wanted to make sure that people were aware of that, but of course also grow that market share. So our next biggest competitor is quite a ways behind. I think we've got a lot of room for improvement.
Randy, in the Seattle area, it seems like they're still doing a little bit, but kind of running out of land. That was a big takeaway. One of the speakers was mentioning, in the next 3 to 4 years, we're just going to pretty much run out of land unless we start to create some. What are you seeing in the Seattle market in terms of the new construction and the developing?
Well, first of all, there's a lot of opportunity in land, especially in the infill space. In the Greater East Side in Seattle, there is a lot of spot lots and smaller opportunities for those who know how to find them. We've got a couple experts in that area that have they've just been amazing at uncovering stuff, for our builder clients. And of course, I think there's a lot more land that's going to be coming on, in the pipeline than, especially in the Greater East Side, than is potentially forecast. That leading edge of finding opportunities is often ahead of prognostication. So I think we'll see a lot more inventory here in the next 12 to 24 months, and that's an exciting opportunity for Windermere.
And then, what builders is Windermere working with in kind of in the East Side area that you're driving past and seeing or being involved with?
Windermere, for everything from single lot custom homes to high-rise condominiums, and really everything in between. Some of the big names, including Cam West, Toll Brothers, Murray Franklin, Buchan. The list goes on and on. So it's, and of course, it's evolving every day. With this program, of course, I think, especially even some of the large nationals are starting to embrace these ideas, and maybe it's a good idea to co-brand with the Windermere, with certainly the most trusted brand in real estate, according to the Puget Sound Business Journal survey. That survey was we were most trusted both by the public, but also the broker community. So builders realized that and said, well, if we co-brand with Windermere instead of kind of reinventing the wheel with our own in-house program, is that a good place to be? And I think a lot of them are increasingly seeing that. So it's that's certainly a market opportunity for Windermere Builder Solutions and Windermere in general.
Randy, are you seeing any? We had the economists on about a month and a half ago, and we were kind of talking about how well new construction's done in the last 12 months, and how just the big heavy hitters are still doing really well over here and having the money to buy the land with the cost of lots just skyrocketing in King County. Are you seeing other national builders come in a little bit, recently?
Yeah, there's a lot of new national builders that have come into the market in the last several years, including Toll Brothers, who acquired really one of the best and the brightest local builders, Cam West. Toll Brothers is a large national. D.R. Horton, interestingly, if you look at market share, they've got 4.1% market share in the counties I mentioned, which is they're in the top 5, just a single builder. So there's a significant presence with these nationals, Pulte, Lennar, etc. So of course one of the opportunities is to sell those nationals land or marketing, sales solutions. But of course, also to focus on their competitors, the mid-level builders who are going to be competing with them long term. And that's certainly been a niche for Windermere, working with that group.
Randy, are you seeing what's kind of going on over there in the Snoqualmie Ridge area? I know is Pulte still built and doing pretty well over there. Have you spent time kind of keeping an eye on that over there?
Yeah, Murray Franklin sold a lot of lots to Pulte in Snoqualmie Ridge, and and Pulte's been doing well there. One of the challenges of these national builders, of course, is trying to understand the Northwest market, which is, unlike I think any other new home market in the country. If they try to take their stuff in the Midwest and plop it into the Northwest, sometimes it doesn't work out very well. So I think Pulte's adapted well to the that market space, and Snoqualmie seems to be performing adequately.
Randy, we've got a lot of listeners that have second homes, and I always think it's interesting to talk about Suncadia and how that was thought to be some vacation homes, but also a commuter city, a commuting town into the city there. What are you seeing going on over there? Are you following anything with what they're doing there? It seems like their sales have picked up again.
Yeah, they have. I just spoke to the strategic partner out there at Suncadia.
Okay.
And yeah, things have really picked up. Of course, they were burdened by a lot of short sales and bank-owned properties. But that it's I think they've turned the corner. And I think increasingly all of these second home markets have improved, based on the information that we have.
Listeners just joining us, I've got Randy Reeves at the Kirkland Yarrow Bay office, and he's part of Windermere Builder Solutions. Want to give a shout out to Windermere Builder Solutions, and just kind of learning what's going on out there in terms of developing land and what kind of builders are doing what. And Randy, I wanted to ask you if we have listeners right now that have some land that's maybe it's finished lots or maybe it's raw land. What's kind of the best way to get a hold of you to figure out what they can do with the land?
Well, I would urge anyone that's got that's a builder, that's got land, to please call us at 206-229-8815 or email us at buildersolutions@windermere.com. And we'll get we can, once we get that information, we can start to work right away on helping that client.
Are we seeing land that's not finished right now? Is a lot of that popping up right now that people are trying to move dirt on and get it finished?
Oh yeah, I mean we're anything that's in the pipeline is extremely valuable right now, just because of the element of scarcity. So if you have a piece of land that's zoned for development, it's a good time to focus on it now. We're in a real estate boom. It's a cyclical business, and it would be wise to determine what the value of your property is and what the development opportunities are today, because of course this boom will end, and if you can be part of the vanguard now that's selling when the market's so strong, that's often a wise course.
Randy, how much longer do you think we'll keep the momentum going with the new construction? I know it's experienced a lot more appreciation than resale has. I think that's going to continue to go throughout the rest of the year.
That's our information shows that will be true. That will continue to outperform the market in the new home space. It's ultimately supply and demand. We just have such a high demand curve with a relatively limited supply, and we see that as a probable scenario going forward.
Randy, just time for one more question. We're talking about the continuing of appreciation for new construction. What are your what are your plans for the rest of the year, this year for Builder Solutions? Just continue to grow it and try and pick up some more builders?
Yeah, I mean, we believe we're the best at what we do, and ultimately we can change the new home sales and marketing space for the greater good, good for builders, brokers, and buyers, and we're really committed to that idea. We've got just amazing tools, applications, and services, education, networking, advertising, mentorship, all of the tracking tools, surveys, checklists. It's just amazing. So we're really excited about this, and it's really resonated in a huge way in the marketplace.
Excellent. You guys are doing everything right, and we'll be excited to follow up with you guys down the road and just kind of see how things continue to grow.
Well, thanks for the opportunity, Tyler. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Randy. I appreciate you calling in on a Saturday, and I look forward to catching up with you soon.
Thanks. Take care.
All right, take care.
Have
Bye.
a great day. Bye.
You too. All right, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Community Real Estate Talk Show. I'm your host, Tyler Freed. We're on Clay 1180 AM, Tacoma's Conversation Station, and we'll be right back.